Fined for gaming at home. Let's have a look. Good evening, everyone. Florian.heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. I had my evening stein of coffee, and I thought we'd look at, a concerning article regarding some people who were fined playing computer games in their own living room. Just dwell on that for a moment. Now, before we go through this article, I will use this as an opportunity to plug my Twitch site. I'm a gamer. I've been playing games for years, and I'm just trying to figure out how I can stream my NES mini games on there. As a deaf father of soon to be 5, I don't have time to play very much, but every now and then I like to play some games and relax. So join me there if you want to have a look. So I appreciate it. It's also on Heise Plays on YouTube. But I appreciate when, a group of people like to just sit down, relax, and play some computer games. Nothing wrong with that. But, according to Victorian police, there is. So, friends fined for playing computer games, or video games, in Victoria. 3 friends have been hit with massive fines after Victoria police caught them playing video games together in a lounge room. Now, I know why they're implementing these social distancing rules. I know the whole reasoning behind it. But think about this. We live in a nation now where this can all be implemented instantly, without any debate, without any meetings of parliament. They have the authority to do this, to invade your home, to do random checks, to fine people for eating a kebab, to fine a daughter driving in a car with her mother. I've seen the articles, I've seen the clips of in the Spanish flu. They restricted meetings in groups of 10 people. Were they going into people's homes? Were they fining people as they were driving around? Could you only have 1 per horse or 2 per horse or cart? The thing we have to realize is this is all passed through Parliament. Did anyone notice? Were the people that were complaining about it like those of us that are raising issues with regard to the cash ban? Oh, negative interest rate will never happen. Australia will always be fine. Is it the bias? A viewer made a comment. It's a confirmation bias for normalcy. Is that what it is? That things won't change? Compliancy bias. 3 friends have been slapped with almost $5,000 in fines after they were caught playing video games together in a lounge room despite not living in the same household. 3 friends playing games together. It probably was because they were console peasants. That's it. That has to be what it is. Console. If it was an Xbox or a PlayStation, fine them. They deserve it. As I'm just showing you, I'm trying to stream a NES Mini, so I'm even worse. Yesterday, Victoria Police conducted 835 spot checks at homes, businesses and non-essential services across the state to enforce strict new social distancing and quarantine rules. In the 24 hours until 11 p.m. yesterday, police issued 114 fines to people breaching these new rules. 3 people who weren't living together playing computer games in a lounge room got fined $5,000. Does that seem absurd to you? Does that seem an invasion of your rights? During one of the spot checks, 3 friends who do not live together were each handed a $1,652 fine after officers found them together playing video games. I mean, were they more than 1 meter apart, 1.5 meters apart from each other? And they have the authority to do this. They have the power to do this. We've given our political leaders and our police the authority to do this. Go into people's homes. They were just playing computer games. Am I the only one that thinks this is an overreach? An overreach. Police have been cracking down on rule breakers and have conducted more than 16,000 spot checks since March 21. What about in Melbourne, all the gang violence that we hear about? People getting bashed in front of their own house. The robberies, the petrol station robberies, the jewellery store robberies. What about all of that? Were the police checking up on that? How many horrific stories have we heard on the radio? How often, but yet they have time to go here and police people playing computer games. Victoria has some of the harshest fines for breaching the illness restrictions in the country. Well, that's because maybe I'm just being a bit cynical here, but could you think? Do you think here? I'm putting on the tinfoil hat, everyone. Do you think it could be that Victoria's budget has had a significant shortfall due to declining property sales and a reduction in stamp duty, perhaps? So that's why they're putting all these harsh fines in. They see cha-ching, moneymaker. Could they? They're probably not that smart. I give them too much credit, honestly. They're probably not that smart. They wouldn't see that. No. The state's Stage 3 shutdown means that there are only 4 reasons residents can leave the house: for food and supplies, medical care and caregiving, exercise, and work or education. So you can't go to play computer games at a friend's house. Last night, officers attended the Rebels OMCG clubhouse in Sunshine West. 7 men and 2 women were found socializing in the clubhouse and were collectively issued more than $14,800 in fines for breaching the directions of the Chief Health Officer. As always, Victorian Police will be proactively monitoring all activities of outlaw motorcycle gangs, Victoria Police said in a statement. Yeah, okay. What about were the people who are playing computer games in their living room in a gang? Maybe they were. Maybe that's why it's the new anti-gang, push. Those gangs that don't exist. This will include issuing fines wherever they are found breaching the Chief Health Officer's directive by congregating in clubhouses. 7 people were also issued more than $11,500 in fines after attending a dinner party at a house. So what's banned? International travel, bars, dining in restaurants and cafes, cinemas, nightclubs, casinos, auction houses, real estate auctions and open homes, dine-in food courts, amusement parks, amusement arcades, community halls, play centres, massage parlours, swimming pools, art galleries, museums, libraries, gyms, galleries, wellness centres, beauty parlours, tattoo parlours, playing at playgrounds, outdoor gyms and skate parks. I thought you could go out for health. Restricted public gatherings capped at 2 people only. People to go outdoors only to shop, exercise or travel to work or medical appointment. Over 70s advised to stay indoors but not compulsory. Outdoor exercise groups capped at 2 people. Weddings, 5 people. Funerals, 10. Barbers, hairdressers, 1 person per 4 square meters, no time restrictions. Domestic travel is restricted. Cafes and restaurants are open for takeaway only. Food markets must abide by the 4 square meter rule. Community halls only to open if hosting an essential service such as a food bank. And there are limits on alcohol sales. Have they banned ammunition and weapons shops as well in Victoria? Because I know they did in Queensland. I know they've done in other states. Another 4 people were fined yesterday after police found them walking the streets seeking drugs. And a group of friends were fined for hanging out in a park. I mean, since the introduction of the strict stay-at-home rules, there has been some confusion about what is considered an essential reason to go outside. Last week, Victorians were told they couldn't visit their partners for social reasons if they lived in separate households. Victoria's Department of Health and Human Services stated, you can only let someone into your home or visit someone when they are providing you with care and support when you are unwell, disabled, elderly, or pregnant. Or what about if you have a newborn? What about if you have a newborn? because that's going to be something I'm quite concerned with. However, this rule was later changed by Chief Health Officer Professor Brett Sutton. We have no desire to penalise individuals who are staying with or meeting their partners if they don't usually reside together, he said. That brings Victoria into line with most other states and territories. Well, what do you think about these restrictions, everyone? Are you a fan? Do you like the fact that the state can punish people to this level, or should people have a little bit more individual responsibility? If 3 people are feeling healthy, they have not been exposed to anyone who has the illness, they are not at any potential risk, do they have the ability to make that choice to visit a friend and play a computer game? Because here's another thing, guys. Social isolation and separating from other people. Not everyone is an introvert. This is going to have psychological effects. Is there any discussion about the impact that the unemployment going up has on mental health for people? That can cause dramatic problems. How are they going to decant this away? How are they going to slowly open these industries? How are they slowly going to start the economy back up? Is there a plan for that? And did you realize that the government had this much authority and power? Do you think people realize? Or it just slides through Parliament, the politicians just tick and flick it, make their deals, go on their pension and retire, and then more and more rights are given away from the average person. I think there's one lesson we can take from this. We all need to be more vigilant with what our politicians and our leaders are putting forward and debating, and question it. Because the danger is, once you implement rules, authoritarian and police control, it may not disappear. We could be living like this for some time. Is this the country you want to live in? Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you're interested, please join me on Twitch. I'll be live streaming every now and then. Not really to any strategy or plan. Probably just when I've had a long day, I want to sit down, relax, and play some computer games. You can join me for a chat. I also have a few ways you can support the channel here. If you want to join the channel on YouTube or on Patreon, you can for a small monthly fee. You can support the channel by using our affiliate links at Amazon or eBay for your consumer purchases, or Independent Reserve and Kucoin for all the crypto traders out there. We have Gold Pass for those of you that want to send us gold from the Perth Mint. We also have PayPal if you wanted to make a direct contribution. We have Pocket Squares you can buy from the HeiseSays website, and mugs from Teespring with my favorite chart on it. Take care, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.